Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kramer. I'm with Brian DeGrizzly over here somewhere that way, and Brandon down here. What's up?
What up? What up?
Yeah.
Just another day.
It's another day. Exactly.
Another day. And what episode? Episode 6.
Episode 6 of Mayfair Witches.
Mayfair Witches.
Yes. Man.
Finally, I'll let you guys say what you how you feel about it. But for me, real quick, it's finally getting good. It's not getting great, which is the issue, but it's finally getting good to the point where I'm like actually paying attention to what's happening, and not on my phone the whole time.
The story is getting better. I am enjoying the story, but the acting. She's just not a great actress. It's just not. But I'm enjoying the story a lot.
Yeah.
I felt pretty similar. It's picking up momentum for sure.
Yeah.
So it moved forward.
Yeah.
It was kind of at a standstill for like the longest, and was just kind of moving like molasses. If we're being upfront about it, it finally kind of advanced things this time. I'm not sure this is. I've enjoyed Alexandra Daddario in a lot of things. I'm not sure if this was just the wrong role for her. Maybe she's being poorly directed. I'm not sure. She's not quite landing for me in the role. Especially with kind of more of the like some of the more emotional scenes that the character of Rowan has to go through. Everyone else has been.
I'm starting to believe that she's doing this on purpose. The idea that Rowan has to be detached a little bit. That's she's reading it, and she's understanding that Rowan is detached from everybody. So there is a wall up all the time. And I'm wondering if we're going to get something, because we only get it's only 8 episodes, I believe, that we're going to get something different now that things are starting to happen, and she thinks she knew what she wanted. And then she's going to find out that's not what she actually wanted, that we're going to get a different Rowan. And maybe it was all ploy, and we're all stupid. And she is been playing us like a fox, like, just playing us the entire time. And we were like, bam, gotcha. I knew what I was doing the entire time. I actually can't act.
Or you said
I'd like her in other things.
Me too.
Yeah. She's been good in other things, but she's never been a lead though, right? She's always been like at best like a side character.
She says I think some stuff, but
she's had a couple.
Yeah. But the quality between this and interview is just you. It really is, and I wonder if it's like the directing, like Brian said. I didn't even think about that. Maybe it's like because some actors are good just naturally and they just know what to do, and some actors need to be told exactly what to do, how to do it, but exactly like you need to feel this, you need to be this. So maybe
I was watching the after episode things and just listening to the director and listening to her explain the story made me feel like maybe she might be the issue, but also there was no room in the way she was explaining stuff for actual connection. I think the thing what made Interview with the Vampire so intriguing was their connection, the chemistry that jumped off the page, jumped off the screen. You could feel it, but the way that she was explaining stuff didn't leave a lot of room for chemistry. And I wonder if it's just the way she's doing it, the way she's directing it. Because the story, the more I'm starting to understand, the story is not that bad. It's a pretty good story. It's just you need to put something else in it. Like I like Sip. I think Sip is entertaining, and he's acting, circles around Alexandra Daddario. But is it because they don't have a good chemistry, or is it because they're not leaving room for the chemistry? Is the director saying you have to be aloof a little bit? Because it wasn't even believable that when they're in bed and she was screaming and all that stuff, it wasn't even believable. It was just like she was told to act this way. She was acting it, but it had no feeling behind it. And
Yeah.
what Sif said, like Sif said nothing, really said nothing, and I felt like I felt the feeling behind it. Like
Yeah.
no, come here, give me a hug, and you felt that it made sense in that type of relationship they were having. But her reacting that way just doesn't. None of it makes sense right now. So
yeah. I mean, Xavier might be right that that I'm assuming you think Rowan, not Daddario, but Rowan is like a masochist, which I can see. I can 100% see that.
No, I thought he was going to say miscast.
Miscast. Oh yeah, shit.
Miscast,
yeah. I was completely like masochist. Yeah, that. But yeah, miscast. Yeah. Well, and you know what? My thing with it was when she gave Sip the key necklace, and then as he was walking away, she takes it back. I was like, oh my god, that's so bad. That was so bad. Because it didn't feel the timing. It reminded me. But it reminded me of The Room. I don't know if you ever guys see The Room. They always make fun of that. There's a movie about The Room, and it's like, no, I did not do it. I did not do that to her, Mark. That's what it was like to her. She's like, no, you're cannot take my ring.
I never hit you.
Yeah. And it was just like, I was like, man, that should have been her moment. Like, you got 2-3 seconds to like break down and cry and legit freak out. Somebody's taking your soul, and you're just like, no, I love it. It's mine. I was like, you sound like
a whiny little girl,
like, not even in a good way. At least like if it was like a toddler getting their candies, like you didn't even sound like that. You sound like Cartman, or like you said from The Room, like somebody who doesn't just know how to act, and it was just very disappointing.
I think the other thing is that when you have other people around her that are doing an unbelievable job, like Lasher is boss. Now, he is really doing a great job.
Yeah.
Lasher's doing a good job. Sip is doing a great job. Cortland is doing a great job. Everyone around her is doing a great job.
All the other women in that circle.
All the other women
were amazing. The Tess was great. Like, I got it. I'm like, you're a young know-it-all that like you're like kind of social justice warrior. I think that's what they claim, but like in the witching world, which is kind of funny, but like I got those characters. Like, I'm like, okay, like I liked all of them, but her is just like, you're supposed to be the best out of all of them because you're the lead actress, and it's just like,
it's not good. It's just, I mean, I don't know what else to say, but it's just not good. I did like her in White Lotus. Yes, I did.
Yeah, she was great on White Lotus. Like we said, she's been great in other things. I think maybe it was just the wrong role for her.
Possibly. But yeah, like Xavier said, just this falls flat. This falls flat. But besides that, what about the actual story so far?
I like where it's going. I like where it's going. This is really interesting. The fact when Sip took the necklace and he was going to touch it, and he brought the other seer to make sure you could bring me back, and right at that time is when she's giving up the necklace, so giving up Lasher, and then Sip is now stuck in that world because he has nothing that anchors him to get him bring him back out. I think that's genius. I thought the timing was great. Now we have another problem because the only thing that brings
Lasher seeing him in the memory, that was cool. I'm like, is he gonna see him? And he looked over and just like flicked him, like, and he went flying. I'm like, oh, Lasher's a badass, man.
But I think Lasher is planned all this out. So now, because without Sip, Rowan is nothing. She's not mentally strong. She's brilliant. She's beautiful. She has all this power, but she's not mentally strong. Without Sip to be her backbone, the one that she can trust, she's going to end up running right back to Lasher. And Lasher knows that. So if I get rid of this competition, if I have him stuck in this world, she'll come right back to me.
Yeah.
And that's why Lasher allowed it to happen, allowed Tessa to get the necklace, because he's never going to show up to Tessa because she's not really what he wants. He's not that. He's not the 13th, which the 13th is the most important one. She's nothing special. So he's never going to show up for her. He's going to wait for Rowan to want him back, and they'll be connected forever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the way it ended, like I said, this series so far has great endings. The last 10 minutes of every episode, mostly every episode, has been great because it sets up the next episode really, really well. Sucks in the beginning, it kind of like great setup, and then the episode would be kind of like more of the same. This one I think is going to be very different. This one's going to be like, I don't know what Lasher's going to do. I don't like, because obviously I think the family's going to come together and try to save the girl for sure. But like, does Tess lose faith in being a Mayfair and stuff like that? I don't know, man. It's like,
no, I think she knows that she's not the one. She's not the one that she's not the person who brings it down. That's the most important. She can't be that. You can't choose to give it up. I think that's what you can't choose. You are what you are. Yeah, that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Diverting paths just a little bit. Not this episode, but the episode before this one, when they were introducing members of the Talamasca. Did anyone catch that one of the Talamascan agents' name was Stuart Townsend?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. So no, little Easter eggs that you can see.
Yeah. Since I wasn't here to talk about that last episode, I needed.
Yeah.
I thought the need.
I don't think we brought it up either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, that's a really important thing. What do you guys think is going to happen in the next episode? I really want to know.
It's a good question. I haven't even thought.
Like, I mean, it's obvious that they're so. We know what his name, Keith, whatever guy, caught Tessa. We know that's what's going on.
Great, not to Lestat.
We know Rowan. But we know Rowan's going to go back to the house and look for Tessa, and Tessa's not going to be there, and the mother's going to be worried, and they're all going to try to come together, figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
But what role does Sip have in that? Is he going to be able to find his way out? Or what I think is happening is Rowan's going to have to take back in Lasher. And that's the only way that she could save Sip. And then, but by saving Sip, she's going to fall all the way into the Mayfair Witches and become the thing that they're supposed to become. She's going to be the main person for the Mayfair Witches.
What was it called?
I keep on forgetting.
The designee. I think the designee.
The designee. Yeah. Which one happens? And then what does Cortland have to do with all this? Why did Cortland want Tessa to be the one who gets the key?
Yeah. I just think she's young, so she's probably easily manipulated. So he can literally use her to whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. It's just a power struggle. I think
it has something to do with his ALS, which was another cool thing to throw in there.
Yeah. This, I guess, they're gonna try to save her for sure. I think it's really gonna mess up Tess' faith in being a witch and being a part of the family and stuff like that. It's like, listen, like, we did this and the thing chose me, and he's not fulfilling his part of this deal or whatever. It's like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because in the preview, she's like crying. She's like, "Why aren't you coming to me?" Which is super sad. It was like, because these maniacs are gonna do God knows what to her. But
I think she dies. I don't think it's gonna come to her leaving in the witches or not leaving the witch. She's going to die, and that's what's going to push Rowan, especially without Sip, over the edge, and realize I need Lasher. I need something else because she doesn't feel complete in herself. So they're gonna use them together to become the major Mayfair witch, which all the powers and all this unbelievable power, and she's gonna like rise up and be able to levitate and do things that no one has ever seen, and that's what's gonna be.
Fly around. Xavier said Lasher played it cool. Okay, he did. I'm sure he's sitting up setting up to have Rowan turn back to him by tormenting Tessa. Yeah, exactly what Brian was saying.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then like she takes Lasher back and gets revenge.
Yep.
On the
And
crazy guy.
then she's automatically she's with him.
Like that's it.
They're together, and Sip has to go off and whatever, and or he tries the next season is him trying to save her, but she's gone. She's gone. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't read the book. I really don't know anything about this besides Anne Rice wrote it. I feel like this episode should have been what we got to. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Joel.
And but yeah, this is what we should have gotten in like episode 3 or 4. Not in episode 6. Like we got 2 more hours to really tie everything up and set up a whole nother season.
Well, I think they already pretty much did that. No, I think they already did it. We know exactly where it's going. Like, I think we're going to see Rowan's transformation in episode 7, and in episode 8 is going to be Sip trying to bring her back, and Rowan almost going to him, and then Lasher shutting the door and taking her back, and that's it. And then that's the end of the season. Because what it is it's a triangle. That's what all these things are. All these different triangles, and this love triangle between Rowan, Sip, and Lasher. But Lasher has been there from the beginning, and I think what we're going to see in episode 7 is what Lasher really is. Because as of right now, they hinted at it, but we haven't seen what is he a demon? Is he the beginning of the witch? He's a Wiccan that has always been looking for his coven. I mean, there's so many options that you could have him as, and I think we're going to see this in the 7th episode, and the 8th is going to be him shutting the door and taking Rowan under his wing and always having her forever.
Yeah, damn, I can see that. What are you, Brandon? What do you think?
Yeah,
you want to see go anywhere, or you want to see them do something?
I think it needs to. Just for the sake of, holding our interest, because like I said, this was the first episode that really seemed like it really went somewhere, at least for me.
Mm-hmm.
And just to kind of pick up that momentum or maintain our interest in season 2, since that's official. So hopefully, yeah. I haven't really had the mental capacity to ask myself where it's going, just because I've been this is kind of new to me for this show actually moving forward.
Yeah.
What? Something happened?
Yeah.
So we've been running in place for the last 3 weeks. What do you mean something? Plot?
Yeah. As much as great as Alexandra Daddario is to look at, I kind of need a little more than that.
Yeah. Understand
what we said last week.
Yeah. So. Yeah. We'll see. I'm really playing it by ear at this point.
Yeah. So one last before we go, for me, this show is kind of really teetering on good and bad. I don't hate it. I don't love it though, but I keep watching because it is good enough to bring me back the next week. If the finale is not good, would you guys even care about season 2? If the finale just kind of falls flat?
I like this idea of the Anne Rice universe, this universe that she's creating. That they're creating for under her stuff. So I can see myself still watching it. But I think we really need a banger. You need to finish this hard. You cannot let it just kind of just fizzle out, and you can't just try to rely on Alexandra Daddario's acting skills. You need to really have great plot, great movement, and great intrigue into the next season. And if you do that, we'll be okay.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the idea of this Anne Rice universe, so I'd give it a shot either way.
Yeah. I mean, probably the same, but I want more, like Brian said, like a little more. And then Debbie said, "Hey, how they got 8 episodes and an interview with the interview only got 7."
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was so good that they said,
and also, hello.
Hey, Debbie.
Hey.
But I
Hey,
think
Debbie.
the interview with the vampire was so good that they knew they already had it. They didn't have to try to prolong. We have no filler episodes. They had the story, and they told the story exactly how it needed to be told, because we all know what we're trying to get to, the vampire Lestat. So that's all that matters. They know where they're trying to get to. They're telling a great story to get to where they really want to get to.
Yeah, to tell the amazing story, the really, really the fun one.
Like if you like this, just wait. There's more.
That Pedro Pascal, like it could be better. Like
exactly.
If the finale bombs, I won't rush to watch the next season. Probably. We'll see. Yeah. Interview with the Vampire got 7 episodes because of COVID and plot changes. That makes sense. I'm sure working around COVID, it takes something that was normal time and like double it because
But I don't feel like we missed anything.
Yeah.
Interview with Vampire.
Yeah. They said it was originally gonna be 8 episodes, but maybe that's why it's so much greater because it was paced.
I forgot about the hurricane. And that makes perfect sense. Yeah. And that's why I was inside most of the time. And
now that you mentioned it.
Yeah. But
Jorge, that makes perfect sense. Thank you for that.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why it's better. 7 episodes, you can kind of cut a little bit of fat, trim it up a little bit, and get right into it.
It's better because of the casting and that connection. There's nothing like that connection. You felt the connection immediately in Interview with a Vampire. You don't feel it the same way here, and that's what it is.
Yeah. Cool. Any last thoughts?
I'm actually excited. I'm actually excited to see the next episode. Like the last couple of weeks, I was like, oh man, I gotta watch this again. I'm excited to see where they go. I think this is has some legs. This could go and be something good.
Yeah, I'm curious and excited to see if it actually goes further, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I think now we actually got somebody we can hate. like right away. Like, oh, these guys suck. So I think that definitely helps. But yeah. But cool. So we will be back next Thursday talking about episode 7 of Mayfair Witches. So if you're interested, make sure you check it out, AMC Plus, because we're on the AMC Plus schedule of it. But check it out. Come back next week and we can all talk about how much we either liked it or hated it or if it was mid or what. But cool. That is it for this episode of our review of Mayfair Witches. If you're watching live, stick around. We're going to talk about some other stuff. If you're watching on replay, we want to say thank you. Hit that sub button so we know you like what we're doing. We're also on our way to 1,000, so that will be a great help. Hit that like button so it helps YouTube kind of put us out there to some more people. And thank you guys. Everyone hanging honestly, out.
Tell your friends. We like we like all this content. So if you're enjoying the content, bring more people into it. Tell your friends, share our videos. Please do. We're trying to get a little bit bigger so we can do more fun things. Because I think we like doing everything. We like a lot of different content. So if you like it, we'll keep on going. And thank you guys.
Yeah. And then a quick shout out to our big projects in the month of February. We are doing Black Excellence in Cinema. We're releasing 2 videos, so make sure you check out those. We just did The Harder They Fall and Spawn. So talk about some great like real black cowboys, portrayed by great actors. And then obviously Spawn, if you're a comic book fan, definitely that's a must watch, right? Yeah. So definitely check out that. We got some more throughout the rest of the month, and also leading up to the Oscars. We are going to review all the best picture nominated videos and ask the question, should it be in that category? So, but yeah, so check out those. So February is going to be kind of big for us. But if you're watching live, stick around, but that's it for this one. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thanks, guys.